Ontario's fate hangs in the balance, a pivotal election amidst trade wars and turmoil. This Thursday, Ontario, Canada's most populous province, stands at a crossroads. Voters will cast their ballots in a snap election, a decision precipitated by Premier Doug Ford himself, a move shrouded in both strategic calculation and considerable controversy. The stakes are undeniably high, with the outcome potentially shaping the province's economic future amidst the looming threat of a US-Canada trade war and a backdrop of simmering domestic crises. Ford, the progressive conservative leader who has helmed the province since 2018, justified his call for an early election by claiming a need for a strong mandate. This mandate, he argues, is crucial to navigate the treacherous waters of a potential trade conflict with the United States. His rationale paints a picture of a province needing a decisive leader to confront an external economic threat, a narrative carefully constructed to garner public support. However, the election's timing and justification are far from universally accepted. Opponents paint a different picture, one rife with political opportunism and a desperate attempt to deflect attention from a growing scandal. An ongoing criminal investigation into the handling of a now-scrapped plan to develop on environmentally protected lands casts a long shadow over Ford's administration. This controversial proposal, met with widespread public outcry and the resignation of a provincial minister, has fueled accusations of environmental negligence and a disregard for public trust. Critics see the snap election as a thinly veiled attempt to bury this damaging narrative beneath the noise of a provincial campaign. The election campaign itself is a battleground of contrasting visions for Ontario's future. Ford's image, carefully cultivated as a strong voice against US tariffs, contrasts sharply with the mounting criticism he faces on the domestic front. The timing of the election, strategically positioned as Justin Trudeau's popularity waned before his recent resignation, has raised eyebrows among political analysts. Some suggest this calculated move aims to capitalize on a power vacuum at the federal level, leveraging the public's uncertainty to bolster Ford's own standing. While Ford champions his strong stance against US trade tariffs as a key selling point, his critics point to a series of significant shortcomings in his governance. Ontario's healthcare system, long criticized for its inadequacies, has deteriorated further under his leadership. Funding cuts to education have sparked widespread concern about the province's future, and a burgeoning housing and homelessness crisis sees rents soaring and shelters overflowing. The province grapples with a stark cost of living crisis, leaving many Ontarians feeling increasingly vulnerable and forgotten. Prominent voices, such as mention names of prominent critics if applicable, e.g., leading economists or specific opposition party leaders, have directly blamed Ford's policies for eroding the province's social safety net, leaving citizens exposed to economic hardship. Their arguments paint a picture of a province struggling under the weight of austerity measures and a lack of strategic investment in its most vital sectors. Beyond the immediate economic anxieties lies a deeper societal unease. The erosion of trust in government, exacerbated by the ongoing criminal investigation, casts a pall over the electoral process itself. The question voters must grapple with is whether Ford's strong stance against external threats justifies the apparent shortcomings in his domestic policy, and whether the risks of a potential trade war outweigh the existing domestic crises. This election isn't simply about choosing a leader. It's about charting a course for Ontario's future. The choices before Ontarians are profound, demanding a careful consideration of the promises made, the track record established, and the potential consequences of each vote cast. The province's economic stability, its social fabric, and its environmental future all hang in the balance as Ontarians head to the polls on Thursday, facing a decision of immense significance. The question remains, will they choose a path towards stability and progress, or one marked by continued controversy and unresolved challenges? The answer will determine the destiny of Ontario for years to come.